Hello everyone! Today, in our continuation of learning about how to play chess, I'm also a very big proponent of learning endgame in the first. There's so much to learn, but we really need to know endgames, variations of different checkmates in order to have that in our heads. Of course, there's the middle game and there's the openings. But that with time will be there. Usually at the end of the game, you're maybe limited at time and the stress is there. So this is to relieve your stress so that you can recognize the mating patterns easier and your brain has less of a effort to have to find something. And it's like having a fire drill. You know, you have a fire drill, you don't have to think about what do I do next? What's the second step? What's the third step? Once you know a checkmating pattern, you can more easily recognize it on the board and have less stress and work towards that plan. So today we're going to talk about Anastasia's mate or Anastasia's checkmate. It was mentioned in a book some time ago. But basically what it looks like is the following. I found a short game here, uh, which has only 13 moves that will show you what the Anastasia's checkmate look like. It's basically a rook and a knight are involved in this. Sometimes there is a queen sacrifice, but basically the checkmate has to have a rook and a knight involved. And the knight has to be limiting the king's two escape squares. So it's basically a king has to be in a corner to have in the corner to be able to get this going. And there also must be a pawn obstructing the king's escape. And usually the rook must deliver the final mate. So here we go. You ready to see this? This was a game made in the 34th Chess Olympiad for women. And Voronova and Von Hong were playing. The most important thing here is to show you the checkmate. So since it's 13 moves, we go fast. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, a6, bishop to a4, and we're going. This is called the Rui Lopez opening line, but just letting you know. Once you see this pattern, you know it's a Rui Lopez, and then you have some variations of, you study different variations. But here we want to look at the checkmate. Okay, knight f6, then we castle. Knight to takes on e4. So there we have, that is gone. Now we attack. Rook on e1. Knight to c5. Knight to c3. Knight takes on a4. Knight takes on e5. Notice the, and then this knight takes on e5. So the rook takes here with a check. We are blocking with the bishop. I'm not talking about what could have been a better move for black or not, but I'm just showing you in this particular video clip what a Anastasia's checkmate will look like. Knight to d5. Do you see how the rook and knight are together here? We have the castling. Knight takes on e7. Do you see the check here? There's a check. The king goes to h8. Do you see the obstruction here? The queen now moves in to h5. Then we have a d5. The queen takes on h7, and the continuation would be the king would take the queen, okay? And then you would move the rook over, and it's checkmate. Why is it a checkmate? Because this king cannot escape anywhere. It cannot go down because these two white squares are controlled by this knight. So the knight is the one that's controlling the squares, the escape squares, while the rook will give the final mate. And that is, my friends, what an Anastasia checkmate looks like. I'll be giving more checkmate patterns later on, but try to practice one for a day or two. Once you got that down, cross it off, and we go to the next one in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe and tell others. We're waiting for you here to improve your chess and get better and better every day. Thank you for learning and watching with me. Au revoir.